Hello, folks. Welcome in 2022, the first edition this year of a contributor first meeting, which actually changed the name basing on your feedback. The live stream is called now Let's Talk About Contributing. I'm Łukasz Górnicki, your host today. And before we start, as usual, it takes time for people to join the live stream. It's like with meetings, it's normal that you're 2 3 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes late. So I'll always take this time to grab the links to the live stream from social media and share in our Slack. So yeah, in the meantime, when you join, please write comment in the chat, indicate that you're there, so I'm not speaking to. And once I share all the links with the community in Slack, I will introduce our special guest today. But yeah, so far, so good. Let me check if we are really live on YouTube. I see somebody's watching the live stream, so please say hello if you can, so we know it's a real person, not a bot. Hey, Dave. Welcome. Okay, I think. Okay, I see we're on YouTube. Have a link. So we'll share it in Slack and we can kick off in a second. Next time I need to get someone who can do the link sharing for me. Hey, Jesse. Welcome in this new year. Okay, let's do in general. Nobody was writing anything today in the general channel, so let's write something. Okay, message sent. So if you're interested, like if it's your first time seeing the this community and you're like wondering where I was just sharing my links, that we have like how to contribute channel. So let me grab a link and I'm gonna share it with you. How are you? Are you able, like, folks? Can you write in the comment, like, are you able to, like, after a break, like this Christmas, New Year, were you able to just like one day after holidays start immediately, like business as usual? Because I have, I'm really struggling. I have holes in my brain, basically. I remember the link to Slack. Hey, Ash. Okay, I finally found the link. Okay, I'm gonna share it in the chat, and I think we can kick off. Okay, link is out. So I think it's time to start. So I'm gonna introduce now our special guest. So Missy Turkov, that works on AsyncAPI in AsyncAPI initiative as a full-time contributor, and she is a product designer. So she will talk today about coming changes into the AsyncAPI brand. how you folks can contribute in this area. But we will also, I bet we will also touch a topic of product design in general, and areas where we could use some help, and basically how to contact us to start contributing. So yeah, I think it's better to listen to Missy than me. So let me just now enable her view.
Hi.
Hey, welcome, dudes.
Can you hear me okay? Is that like the mic's up enough?
Perfect. It's super perfect. Thank you a lot, Missy, for taking time and joining us here on
No
this
problem.
first meeting this year. We're kicking off big time. Um, before we start specifics, do you want to say something like whatever? Did you prepare some speech or something?
Not really, but I guess here goes nothing. So I actually maybe I'll just talk about like how I came into this role in the first place so that, people aren't like, who the heck is this girl? Um so I actually went to school for graphic design, but for the past 4 years before joining AsyncAPI, I actually was a front end web developer. So that kind of gave me like a look into, you know, how things like technically work and not just visually how it looks. So I have some experience in that world. And then I discovered product design or UI UX design while being a developer and kind of felt like I wanted to marry my skills in between the two. So I got the wonderful opportunity to start working with Async API, and it's been awesome so far. So thank you.
Awesome. I'm super happy for having you in the project. We were really missing support in this area. So
Yeah,
that's
Lucas
awesome.
was a designer before, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You can try me. But like, if you want me to come up with a brand for your product, yeah, I mean, I charge a lot, but it's gonna be something
It'll
special.
be great.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you want to start? Like, do you want to talk about the brand changes?
Yeah, so I mean like my first kind of like mission when coming here was to maybe like refresh the brand a little bit so it gets us into like a better position to make changes in the future, because I feel like right now it's kind of like everybody has their like you know feedback on like how we should build things and how it should look, and maybe that like kind of lacks structure a little bit, even though we are open source and everybody has a say. Like I think it would be great to have some sort of like guidelines to that, just kind of make the process a little bit easier. I know like developers are usually like, let's just get the stuff on the screen and like figure it out instead of like, worrying about all the visuals. So if we can create kind of a guide for that. I know we have like a design system in the works, UI kits and stuff like that I've talked with Fran about. Yeah, so we're kind of just looking for help in any of those areas. If anybody has anything to offer, like we always will welcome any kind of contribution in that area. So
Yeah, I mean, I think like with product design, it's the same as with technical writing or development. Like you need guidelines, you need some like borderlines and something that will assure that you're consistent and that you can
definitely,
easily
yeah.
refuse APR by because you just point like in the guideline, it says you can't do it.
Right, yeah. I mean, which it's not meant to be like this, like, you have to do it this way or it's not going to be good. Like, it's more meant to be just a guide, and that's something that we can iterate on over time. Everything has room for improvement. So,
Awesome. Like, do you want to jump in and share how brand is changing?
sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure
Should
if
I
I have
just
to
share
give
my
you some.
screen?
I think you can just share and it's gonna be visible. Let's check. I don't like. I mentioned at the beginning I have holes in my brain, so I
Let's
don't
see.
even remember how Restream works. I think you can share and okay. Now I have
Is it
to
working?
approve it, kinda.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Okay, and then let's check. Is this layout better or this one? Which one you think? Like us below or us to the side?
Oh man, I don't know. I like it better in the center. So like us
Okay.
below maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
That like appeases my OCD. So
Awesome.
yeah, so I mean, this is kind of the direction we're going in as far as the Async API logo. I don't know if you guys have already seen the recording that I put together. It was kind of long, so apologize for that. But um, I was really passionate about all of this. So yeah, I just kind of felt like me and Fran talked about it too, where it seemed like the logo itself, the mark, was so recognizable that we didn't want to mess with that at all. Um, and as well as like a bunch of people who have filled out the design or the brand feedback questionnaire that we sent like a couple months ago. Um, that was like most people were saying the same thing, like, oh, we do like the S. Some people were like, oh, I don't really understand what the S means. But it actually comes from this S here, that this mark used to be in this place here. So which I think it was like a derivative of the logo in the past. But yeah, so we didn't mess with that at all. We just kind of, updated the colors a little bit. I thought it like kind of making it more of like an app looking feel might better like define who we are, and using like a little bit more vibrant colors, which, I've broken down all the colors here and their meanings. So blue is like a trusting, loyal, reliable, supportive color that, really defines who we are as a community. And purple is the other part of that, which is imagination, inspiration, creativity, and wisdom. And pink, which is actually a color that we use in the studio right now. It's it promotes wonder, kindness, femininity, and excitement. Which femininity is cool because we are software in general is starting to have like a lot of females. So yeah, thought that was like a cool little point. And then you bring all of them together. It's like diversity, trustworthiness, intelligence, and growth. So that is just the meaning behind, the direction of this new brand. And I guess like without getting like too much into it, just using this kind of as a platform to build a design system off of. And, you know, I think like a design system would be, there'd be like two separate design systems, one for marketing and one for tooling. Those are like our two sectors, I would say. And that is going to like change over time drastically. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you're looking for here, but
So far, how was it with the feedback? Because you shared it before Christmas, I think long enough for people to also have a look before Christmas.
yeah, I think we got most of our feedback before the holidays. And most people seem to like it a lot, and think that it was a good direction to go into. So I guess I took that as like, okay, let's keep going. So I mean, with that, let me see if I actually have a PR open right now, where I've actually started to implement some of these styles and the new logo in the website. Let me pull it up for 1 second. So this is kind of like just reskinning the website with like the new colors, basically. So that's all.
Like I personally love the colors. So for me, the old colors, they were always looking like, yeah, of course, I didn't prepare the English words. I'm not that smart to remember them, but they were like, let me describe it in a way. Like when you have a shirt and you wear it for a long time when you're outside and the sun is very strong,
Mm-hmm.
then the colors get
Oh yeah, it's like faded. Yeah.
faded. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Easy word, faded.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
lot of the feedback that we had was, the colors were a little bit too like, you know, maybe soothing, which I mean, not that our community isn't soothing and feeling, but I think that as like a, kind of technology focused initiative, like we should be a little bit more like vibrant with our color choice. So yeah.
So for now we have a PR in the website, but there's also a brand repository, right?
Oh yeah. Yes. So let's
And
go.
can you, because some folks in the chat, they mentioned that it's like the window is pretty much not so visible, like icons are small. So can you?
Oh yes. Oop. Is that better?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, folks, can you confirm in the chat if it like works better now for you? And by the way,
Oh,
Missy,
that must have been for the website, huh?
might be. And Missy, we just need to remember, I forgot to tell you that like we have a few seconds delay always between the social and us. So that's
Okay.
why I'm, yeah, but we have confirmation that it looks good now.
Cool. All right. So this is the brand repo. So just like your average repo, but focused on the brand. And I have this README here, which kind of explains. I don't know why my mouse is doing that. It explains kind of like the focus of this repository and like kind of what we're working on in here, and how you can contribute. So, I mean, if there's any of these areas that you're interested in, like that's all stuff that we would like to have help with. I'm currently the only like person, the only designer working on this full time. So if anybody can offer any kind of skills anywhere possible, I think that would be awesome. I think the only thing that might be like a little hard is I do use Figma for you know, kind of mocking up everything. So if you don't have like a Figma membership, I don't know. I haven't figured out how we could work around that. But I could still send like previews to everybody. So if even if you're interested in like being part of like the discussion of new stuff we're working on, I think that would be awesome too. And then here we have like a roadmap. So right now we're working on refreshing the logos, colors, typography, and establishing the voice and tone of the brand. That stuff is almost like wrapped up. But I know like it's probably something that we still need to work on as far as like tooling goes. As well as like the next step would be like creating a diverse set of iconography. So that's like basically like a pool of icons that we can just pull from at any time. And obviously, that's something that we can work on over time as well. And the brand guidelines website, which I actually have a PR open for that as well. For the website, it's basically just going to be like a like a separate page that like matches the docs layout, but in a separate area so that people can go and reference the brand guidelines at any point when they're making contributions. And then we were talking about the mascot, about Even Chan. So I wonder how many people know who Even Chan is to this day. But I guess it's the two these guys.
Yeah, I
Our
don't think we
current
were
mascot.
exposing them that enough or that much, so that's why. And
Yeah.
there were no stickers as well with them, as far as I know. So yeah.
Yeah. I think like a lot of people were saying in the brand feedback that like they didn't really know who they were or they didn't understand how they fit into the brand. And I think maybe we could create some kind of character that goes with the brand, but I feel like that's not like a huge focus or a huge like deal breaker right now. But yeah, I know people were saying something about that.
But do you know why it's Eve and Chan? You know why these names? You
I
know the
do.
story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I just say it?
Yeah, of course, it's not a secret. Actually, we do it as a secret because we don't describe it anywhere. But
Yeah, they stand for events and channels.
Yeah, exactly.
Bada ding.
Uh,
Yeah.
so
So,
like
which is
like
pretty clever, actually. I like it.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, only like 3 or 4 people know it, I guess.
Yeah.
And,
So that's something else. I feel like if we were to create another Even Chan rendition, we'd probably have to explain to people who the heck they are and why their names are Even Chan. So,
yeah.
but I feel like we could figure that out like later on. I don't think that's like a huge focus right now. But it is
I
on the list.
like depends. So for example, like when you mentioned the that one of the things that people can contribute is this mascot thingy. Um,
Yeah.
because like when you talk about mascots and like designing a mascot, is it part? Would you consider it as a part of product design, or rather something
No, it's more like
different?
visual design, illustration, visual design. I mean, visual. I mean, I feel like visual design can mean like anything in any sector. There's visual design in product design too as a specialty, but I guess it'd be more like illustration more
Yeah,
than anything. But you know, it's yeah. So if anybody is really good at illustrating characters, please contribute to that.
yeah. I think it would be cool. Like, I mean, I'm maybe too nerdy and old school, but like I love my laptop when it's covered with stickers, and I always loved like the GitHub stickers.
Yeah,
Those like hundreds of different versions of this octopus. It's like it's beautiful. Like I love it, and they're always nice. So it would be. I think if we would have a set of super cool mascots, and then make it available as stickers, people would be even able like open to buy a set of stickers like AsyncAPI stickers because
yeah.
everybody likes them, and then we can always get some money for the initiative through it maybe.
Yeah, I think that would
um,
be awesome. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, if anything, yeah, anybody out there who wants to illustrate Even Chan again or
and
make them better.
and for sure not the way Dave just described in the chat. Let
Oh,
me
yes, I
describe
was
it.
going to mention that. I was dying.
Yes, thank you, Dave. It's a very good idea. One
Stand
day.
outside his house? What?
And we have to work and have
Yeah.
awesome. um so in case of Figma, because I in case of software development or technical writing, there's a lot of tools that, like, I mean, you don't have to have access if you don't need to. In case of Figma, in case of product design, you need to have these professional tools, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the hard thing is like I mean, you as a creative kind of have to like invest in those tools. Like that's just part of your toolkit. Like I've had a Adobe Creative Suite like account for years, and I just never cancel it because I'm always going to need it. So I guess that's just like the price you pay as being like a designer or any kind of creative video editor or whatever. You always have to pay for your tools. So I guess like most people who are product designers already should have either a Figma or a Adobe account. So I
Yeah.
have both of them, so I'm able to work in any area. So, if anything, if somebody has an Adobe account and wants to, work in there, I would be willing to work in there too. So it doesn't even matter to me.
Awesome. And I would say like we don't have any processes for it in Async API yet, but we have some decent funding from different corporations. We have some money collected. So if we get someone in the community that wants to regularly help out Missy here in the project, and like you don't have a license and you can't afford it, like you're just starting with product design and you just want to learn, then just let us know. Like I think we can figure out something like sponsor your license or something. There are different ways that we could support you. As long as you want to help us, and we can help at least by giving the license, then let's just keep it in mind.
Yeah, that
uh,
would be awesome, actually.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, Okay, so where are we on this roadmap here? After mascots. So we're also talking about like putting together a marketing campaign for rolling out the new brand. Um, so if anybody like wants to be involved in that at all, I think it's mostly just promoting on social media, like graphics and stuff, right, Lucas? Or is there something else for that?
I mean, do I have to wait for official campaign? Because I would like to already post the the logo and share with
I
others.
I mean, I would say we use the word campaign like very loosely.
Yeah,
Because I mean, I'm already working on rolling out the new styles on the website. But maybe it'll just be like a slow process, like just trickling everything, you know, once at a time. Or I don't know if there's like a certain plan that we should follow, but there's kind of a lot of things. So
I mean, let's discuss. It's for sure we are gonna use our social medias to share it, meetings,
right.
etc. But if there's something new that we didn't do before needed, let's try it. I would definitely like after the conference 2021, after seeing how much we spent like on like really like financial paid marketing, and like it converted almost into nothing, then I
Hmm.
would say like no, let's do it by like improvising and using our own contacts and people and just share with the community, and it's gonna be better than doing any professional campaign, I guess.
Hmm.
But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I
um,
mean, I think we could always keep it simple. Like it could just be simple graphics for social media, just saying like, "Look at our new look," or check us out now," or something like that.
yeah.
And I also was working on a like brand or a logo animation for the like transition into the new logo, so that could potentially be a good kind of transition, um, or just a good social media post or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be nice.
Cool. So, and then we have develop design system and implement across products websites. So that's something that like we'll probably work on like all the time. Um, I'm thinking right now it could be like a very base layer of a design system, and the good thing is because we use Tailwind CSS that it's very easier. It's rather easy to implement, pretty quickly. But I think there's still going to be some kind of work involved in that too. So maybe I'm thinking just like releasing that in stages and adding to it over time. So whoever wants to be part of the design system, I know Yash was talking to me. He's a new contributor, so I think he's in the chat too. So hi. But he works on design systems a lot. So I think he showed interest in that. So anybody else willing to work with me, that would be awesome. And then also the UI kit. So Fran and I were talking about this the other day too. He was mentioning how we have a huge need for um, just creating a UI kit for the HTML template. If I'm, right on that.
Like
It's
React component, like now HTML template is actually reusing one to one the React component. So yeah, but
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's the area in the studio. It's basically this stuff here that translates to the AsyncAPI spec file. So I guess we were just talking about like ways that we can make this look better, because it's kind of like all over the place, and this is like a huge priority of something that needs to get worked on. So that's probably going to move into the high priority seat actually. Um, so of course, if anybody has feedback or wants to be involved in that, feel free. And so new website design based on design system and UI kit, that's something that's already being kind of worked on. And feedback and iteration on design system and UI kit, that's something that's going to be constantly moving. So just because these have like steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like doesn't mean that they fall in any specific order. we're trying to kind of like hit every area little by little, and then just keep going with that. Um, so yeah, and then if you want to be part of the conversation of design, join our Slack and join the design channel, which is I think it's a default channel. So if you join the workspace, you'll automatically get added. But it is a newer channel, so if you've already been in the Slack workspace and you want to join that channel, make sure to join. And yeah, so that's what's going on in the brand repo right now.
There's one more question from me. Can you go to the roadmap again?
Oh yeah.
And I think it's number two. Number two, yeah. Visual marketing. Is in these two words? Do we have also, for example, I think you say it's iconography. Like, for example, this meeting. Like, we have regular live stream designed for contributors that has a brand name. Let's talk about contributing. And we, like, for example, would like to have a dedicated card, like that we can share on social media. That we have, like, for example, that now we have this live stream, so have a card where we put in the name of the host, name of the guest, if you have one, an hour where the meeting happens, like what's the content of the live stream. So this kind of creative work, is it part of step two, or is it something very much individual?
It might be something that sits on its own for sure. Yeah, that could be a line item that's added there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
Yeah.
like, a message from me to everyone that likes to contribute.
I
Yeah,
will write it down.
this is. Uh, I think that at least looking on others how they promote their content, and we simply want to reach as larger group of Async API community as possible. So we need to kind of have this nice way of saying, like, yeah, we're gonna have a really nice event here. So have it nicely visually nicely presented, so people really see it and want to join the live stream. Would be nice to have these cards.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that maybe we can just have on the roadmap um, like general marketing materials or marketing design or something like that, or social media, something like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, either way, I've made note of it to add that to the roadmap so people know they can
yeah,
contribute with that. Um, I've also been working on like kind of adding these issues so that anybody can go in and contribute to one that they have interest in. And it's actually cool because there's like a projects thing in GitHub now where you can, kind of keep track of what needs to get done, what's already getting worked on, and then things that have been completed and merged or whatever. So um, I actually have to work on adding these issues in, but if you have issues as well, anybody out there wants to contribute and sees something that we can work on, feel free to create an issue and tag it as design. Thank you, Lucas, for the label design.
yeah. And so, like important message for folks, because sometimes what I like, basing on my experience with the community, I know that sometimes people are just afraid to contribute, because when they see that there is already a focus on something, and like people work on it, so they are afraid to commit, because commit to the to some work, because like they don't work full time. They sometimes have just few hours a week, so they don't want to block the work. So, like, folks, the list is pretty large, so don't feel shy. Like, just go to issues, leave a comment, write on Slack, talk to us. Like, if you know that you're not super available, and like, for example, now Missy knows that she works on update of the website, so like that's the work that it's happening now. So if you can't contribute to something that it's happening now, then just ask, and I bet Missy will figure out, like, on what task is like something that can be done even in 2 months. Like with this, for example, this card for this live stream. Like we're not in a rush. For us, the most important is to have these live streams, have them recorded so we can share later with others when they join Slack. So it's nice to have cards. It's not something that if we don't have it now, it's like we're gonna cry or something. It can come later, and so for sure, tasks like this, it's gonna be easy for Missy also to identify them and tell you like, okay, you can contribute to this. Like you have like 1 or 2 months to work on it because nobody else will pick it up. So
Mm-hmm.
just keep it in mind, because I see in community that sometimes folks are just afraid because they think that they waste maintainers time. So yeah, um, just don't assume, always better to ask.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, I don't want it to seem like even that like just because I'm the only person full time working on design related tasks, that like my say is like the end all be all, and everything that Missy says is the right thing. Like no, and I definitely like it, especially if I'm already working on something and you see that. I don't want that to be discouraging either, because more often than not, I'm looking for feedback from people to give me confirmation that what I'm doing is correct. And yeah, so and I also would love the opportunity to work with other designers as well in this in this area. It's a very like, I think like working in software and like kind of merging like your design workflow with your developing workflow is like a very interesting thing. And I think that could like foster a lot of creativity and a lot of collaboration. So yeah, I mean, like never feel discouraged or anything. I'm always looking for somebody to talk to like bounce ideas off of. So yeah, just wanted to say that.
Awesome, thank you. So
Yeah.
folks, if you have questions, like we have still 20 minutes for the live stream, so it's definitely designed to be interactive. So if you have some specific questions on the roadmap, you can also ask it now. And
Oh
if you
yeah, I was
can,
wondering.
if you want, you can even join us live if you wish. I can just send you a link and you can join. Actually, I can send you a link now, and if you want, you can join.
Yeah.
So far, Missy, how are you finding yourself in open source?
I actually like it a lot. It's kind of like hectic but beautiful at the same time, because there's like so much going on. But it's cool to see that, people are excited about the same things and want to like discover solutions together. And I think that like creates like a great, environment to like make some really cool stuff. So it also like gives us a huge community to like rely on when we release new stuff. And yeah, so that helps with kind of like cross testing like new features and stuff that we release. So yeah, I find it really cool so far. I've been in the branding world recently, and I'm excited to kind of start doing some user testing and like rolling out new features and stuff and across the tooling and the website. So yeah, but I've been enjoying it so far. I think it's been what 3 months, almost 4 months. So doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, time here flies really fast. That's what I noticed about open source. Like,
Yeah.
not sure why, because it's like the same work, but like now at the end of January, it's my second year full time on Async API, and like, no, no way. I still feel like I just started. Like, really, it's super fast.
Yeah. I think also what's pretty awesome about it is there's not as much like pressure as there would be if you're working for an agency like me or even a corporate kind of place. It's you can kind of just work on whatever you feel like working on that day, which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, I think even for contributors who are just, um, working on like, random things, that it's pretty rewarding to like be part of something like super huge. So, or not super huge, but, you know, part of something that's like going to be super huge in the future. So that's what I see.
And we have a question. Do the rebranding tasks require design stuff only right now?
Um, I mean, I would say no, because I feel like you could still give like feedback in areas that you see that needs to be improved. Like for example, on that PR that I have open, or it's actually a draft right now, but where we're reskinning the website, if you see like, oh, those colors are like, for instance, Fran told me, he was like, the pink is too much. There's too much pink. So I like tried to dial it down a little bit, and that actually like helped me. So even if you don't want to do any kind of design work right now, like I would appreciate any kind of feedback at any stage. I think that helps.
And did he modulate his voice this way? Like, there's too much pink.
There's too much pink. It was actually in text form, so I don't know,
But you
but
could
that's just
imagine.
my, yeah, that's my assumption is like, ah, oh, there's too much pink or something. I don't know. Which I was like, it's actually purple. Get it right.
Good.
But
But
either way, I was like, all right, let's dial it back.
but the part about the cards, the not cards, it's is it called illustrations or iconography? I'm not
Mhm.
sorry, I don't know the naming, but the
That's okay.
so let me describe it again with my simple words. This design specific for a tool, because I remember from your presentation where you showed this like a card or an illustration for generator or for Modelina library, etc. As far as I remember, they are um, they're different only if it comes to colors, right? And the name of the library. So might be that we could automate generation of this iconography. Do you know what I'm? Did I
Are you
explain
talking
myself?
about like the like how I was originally showing the direction for like branding each tooling with different colors?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
And
Um
as far as I remember from the presentation, they were like they had the same, how to say it, like the same style, but
Lucas is a designer. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
how can I be designer if I'm not even able to use the proper terms? So can you show those? Maybe it's gonna be easier if I.
Oh man, I'll have to dig them out from the trenches. Where did I have that before? Keep trying to explain it while I look for it.
No, I'm not gonna. It's uh,
I
I
think
really
for
might
now
save
I
myself.
was only coming up with the idea of using different colors to differentiate between the different tools that we have. Because I was inspired by how we used pink kind of to like, or that magenta color to, you know, define what the studio is, for example. Let me see. I think it's in here. But you're talking about more from a marketing perspective, or
I don't want to explain until you show it.
okay, okay. Let's see.
But I'm actually referring to the question from Akshat about the if it's only design stuff that requires to be contributed. So let's see what you have there. Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh
exactly.
no,
No, no,
sorry.
no, no. That was the one. Yeah, yeah. So so here you show this how brand design can be also used for tools branding. So we have like this special color and name studio, special color for Modelina, special color for parser, Glee, etc. But what I mean is that they are the difference just between those these tools is just a color, right?
Yeah, they're definitely not solidified in any way. But yeah, I think what we talked about and what other people have given feedback on is that it would be cool to differentiate the tooling with just color. But then we talked about using color as a differentiator for what was it? I'm not a software developer, so I don't know the terms. But what is when you see? I'm like in your shoes right now, Lucas.
We're challenging ourselves.
Like what? Like a request or gosh, I
Request
can't
response.
remember. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
And a pub and sub. Yeah, that's what it is. Pub sub. Like
Uh-huh.
pub sub. Yeah, is making a different color for each one of those kind of requests. I guess is the right term. I don't know if it is the right term though.
Yeah,
But
but it's still just different color, right? So um, the look and feel of the icon stays the same. It's just the color is different, right?
yeah.
And the font and the name of the tool, it's again like it depends on the tool. So let's say we have a new tool that we accepted for organization was Bundler. It's a library that can bundle async API files, two files into one. So basically, we could also have such a dedicated logo for bundler, and difference would be just the color, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you got it right. So
Yeah.
that was the idea. So obviously we can, if anybody
No.
has feedback on that. But yeah, it's the idea is to keep the logo the same and without I think I like had tried doing like where is it? Like something like this, but I'm like, guys, this is really rough. I'm so sorry. Like something like this, but I was like, it's like async API, then studio is like so much words. So
Mhm.
I felt like just keeping it to where, okay, this is like our main identifier of who we are. And then this is our product that goes with that. So, yeah, that was
So
the idea.
so
But
I'm not questioning it.
no. I
I,
think I was just further explaining it. Yeah.
so I actually like the idea. It's I just wanted first to make sure that we explain it to others, and now going back again to this question, like and I'm gonna answer in a question to Missy, like Missy. So for example, one of the things that somebody can contribute that is not purely design related is, you remember, not sure if Dave is still with us on the in the chat, but we in one of the issues we had this conversation that like with the cards for the conference, that you can actually automate generation of the cards with some serverless solution, like have a command that like you ask some whatever serverless whatever we built, but you basically have a tool that you say, okay, I have a, oh yeah, Dave, can you remind me, like so like technically we could automate generation of those logos, those banners, right? Like you would, as an input, what you would have to provide, you would just have to provide the name of the library and the color, and the tool could return to you different versions of the logo
Oh,
with the
yeah.
color. Do I get it right? That I mean, technically, it's possible, right? Can you do it technically?
Are you
Because I
asking
didn't.
Dave or are you asking me?
So technically, I know I can code it, like ask you to give me something back, but I just don't know the sources. Like, is it all SVG? So, or is it like, because SVG I can purely, like, I can code it, right?
Oh
I
yeah,
can
it's
I can generate it.
SVG. It's all just like paths. So yeah. Yeah, you could definitely do that. If anything, like yeah, it would just be a matter of changing the linear gradient on the SVG. And then yeah, but it would be like also I mean, the problem is it's not like live text. They're all like paths. So I think what would work best is just having like an identifier for each logo and then just switching it out like based on your option. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's like a drop down or something, and then to generate. Is that what you're talking about,
Yeah,
Lucas?
yeah,
Or
yeah. But for
okay.
example, if but then, like, if I have a new library, like I said, like let's say we have this already in place months ago, but last month we accepted a bundler, and like maintainer of bundler, what would she had to do to get the logo? Then like you would probably have to be asked to do something to enable the drop down. And I'm thinking like about pure self-service here, that you just tell the name of the library, tell the color, and like the whole SVG is actually can be generated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it would make more sense to just have the whole thing like done, right? Or and just change it based on like what tool you're trying to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's I guess where my head's going, because it's like I said, it's not live text, so you can't just like change the text. It's like actual paths that are saved as like outlines. Um, but you could change the color, but you wouldn't be able to change like the text because it's all flattened. So,
Ah, okay. That's
anyways,
what you mean by paths. Okay.
yeah. So it's like they're outlines of each shape. So even though it's type, it's all shapes because it's to, let's say if somebody doesn't have that font on their computer, then they're not going to be able to see it in the style that we see it. So you outline them as shapes, and basically like the SVG is a group of paths at that point.
Yeah. But I think there's gonna be a library that can generate it easily.
Okay.
I bet. I bet there will be something. But yeah, cool. So yeah, that's something. But it's not simple contribution. That's something that yeah, we have to discuss in details. But yeah,
Yeah.
one of the examples, because like what we've learned here in AsyncAPI is that like we have to automate everything, like every single thing, because like at some point of time you're just overloaded
Right.
with tasks. Like, and if you have something manual, then just uh, like what's the point of clicking the same stuff all the time?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I definitely I've been thinking about I know I owe you what is it, the speaker cards or something like that, an automation of the speaker cards, so it just, you know, like you can just type it in without having to bother me to like push pixels around.
Yeah,
So,
but it's the same, like exactly with the cards for the live stream. Like
yeah.
first let's get a design, but then let's automate it. Like I mean, like my skills. Like if I would have to on my own edit it, like I'm gonna learn to click basic stuff. But if there's something changed in the UI and I have to click somewhere else, like uh, that's gonna be hard. I prefer to automate.
Yeah, we can automate it. It'll just like, we have to like, it takes time to do all these things. That's why we need help.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions, folks?
The chat is like popping right now. I'm missing all of these messages.
And you could say, like, you could assume, like, nah, product design, it's boring. With like, developers just want to talk about code, but we really have a lot of people here. It's nice.
Yeah, that's exciting.
You see, your work is important.
Yeah, it's fun too because I feel like you get visual payoff from the work you do. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and you get to see it in action and stuff. What is Dave saying? Maybe for now have it manual, but if we get loads of requests, then automate with code.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, if we made a template for whatever we're trying to make, it wouldn't take too long to just switch out the type and the logos and stuff wherever we need to. But yeah, I think in the long run, it might help to have like a tool for that.
I mean, maybe for logo only, it would not make sense. But again, when you think about cards for this live stream, and then I bet in future we get different. Like Fran hosts this. I don't remember the title of the live stream, but yeah, he also wants to do it regularly this year, and he needs cards as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like one library that can like give you different artifacts, different logos, then that would be nice.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.
Because like because there are no questions, so I'm gonna rumble about the topic again. Like,
Do it.
for example, like this live stream, and like next week we start these meetings about the AsyncAPI 3.0 release. Like, it's simple. In theory, it's super simple. Like for me to go to Google Calendar and create new event, save it, and it's there.
Mm-hmm.
But like, believe me, like even though it takes me only 3 minutes, every time I do it now, it hurts. Like it's like really. I always put it at the end of my queue of things to do. Like normally you put the hardest tasks at the end of the list of things that you want to do, and it
Mm-hmm.
seems like it's the hardest for me just to click 2 3 minutes through something. And I like, for example, my one of my next tasks is really have a script that will automate invitation
That's so
creation in the
funny.
Google Calendar. Yeah.
I actually feel like having those little mini tasks that you can get done in seconds makes you feel like you're doing a whole lot more work than you actually are. Just kidding. I mean, I do a lot of work. Not saying that I don't do a lot of work, but um, no, but I mean, like, it's like something that you can check off your list pretty fast. So it gives me like satisfaction to like do little mini tasks. I don't know, but you obviously don't feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, at some point of time, you really don't want to do it.
Yeah, after doing it for 2 years, I understand.
Yeah. And then people talk to you, ask you to do it. Like, you want to like limit contacts with people as much as possible. Like, don't you?
No, I mean, I like talking to people.
Yeah.
You're such a
Me,
recluse.
I actually enjoy it as well. That's why I'm always
Yeah,
saying I'm not a real developer. I'm I'm
right.
different. I'm different.
Yeah. I mean, is it like, do most developers just want to be like in a dark closet somewhere? Like just kind of stuffed in a room, like, don't talk to me? Because I'm not like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm a real developer. So just like you.
Yeah. That opens up a Pandora of discussion about what is a real developer. So let's not go this direction. Um,
Okay.
because I remember from Twitter whenever somebody talks about it, then it's a like long thread of
Oh, no.
discussions.
I
And
didn't know that was a sensitive topic.
yeah, it is.
Oops.
But who cares? Like here, nobody can harm us,
True.
and we can disable comments in YouTube anyway.
There you go.
Um,
Yep. Like, out of here.
exactly. So, folks, don't see any more comments in or questions coming from your side. We're gonna slowly finish. I hope you liked it. You liked the topic. I enjoyed it a lot, and it was awesome to have you here, Missy.
Yeah, it's great being here.
And I think we have to make a small shout out to Alejandra because, like in the end, she triggered this. Like having you in the call. I remember she made a comment somewhere in Slack, and
Yep, she did.
yeah, I'm always afraid to refuse when Alejandra points out something. So
True.
yeah, um,
Yeah, she always has good ideas. And although when she first, this is actually my first live stream. So when she mentioned it, I was like, ooh, okay. All right. I could do it, I guess.
yeah, you did like a pro, so
Oh,
you shouldn't worry. Okay, so any final words from you, Missy, to the audience?
I don't know. I just want to say, like, thanks to everybody who has, contributed so far on design or just had feedback. And we definitely want more of that. So keep it up. And yeah, I'm excited to see, how far we can take this thing. And, we could actually, make it look like as polished as we want to. And, I don't know. I'm just excited for the future. It'd be awesome.
Me too. I actually, and of course, I look forward for the illustrations the most because
Yeah,
I need new stickers.
it's gonna just be your face on
If
top of Eve's body right now. Yeah.
and I need nice stickers. So I cannot be there on a sticker.
Well,
So
you don't want to put that on your laptop? I don't understand.
No, that's not how it works. It really need to be like beautiful. But yeah, anyway, again, thanks a lot for joining. The For folks listening, um,
Dave says Fran on Chan body. Let's
and
go. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Photoshop it and then just send it to you guys. Sorry.
what did I want to say? Yeah. Recordings will be available right after we finish the live stream, so we can share with your folks if they didn't manage to join. Like Missy, you can share it with your friends and say
Oh,
like it was
great.
your first live stream.
Woo!
Yeah. But yeah, again, thank you and see you until next time.
Bye, everybody.